Thanos. It's not gonna change anything to die at one.
I hate you. Farewell.
Peace, friend. Winds be at your back. We shall meet again. May the eternal sun shine upon thee. Farewell.
Sub. For the Horde. What do you need? Go with honor.
Talk to me.
I've been expecting you. Go in peace.
What you looking for? You be careful, man. How you doing, man? Don't be shy. Be seeing ya.
Airi, man. Bye-bye now. You be careful, man. Good to meet you.
Who you be seeing ya. Spirits be with ya, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Spirits be with you, man. Be seeing ya. what be on your mind? You be careful, man. Stay away from the people.
The winds guide you.
How you doing, man? Who you be? Doggy doggy.
For the love of God, come back. Come back, Jarvan. I mean, even if he comes back at this point, he's going to be so useless. He's not gotten XP for literally 10 minutes. Fine, just give. We need to have like one explosive fight where we just absolutely fucking rail them and then just end the game after that somehow. Fight this shit.
Playstyle, right?
Yeah.
There were some heads-up duels. They weren't completely wrecked by utility. They weren't held out by a smoke or an incendiary. They had a fighting chance there. You're right. If you get the double kill comes through instead of the equal trade, you never know. But it is going to be 6-3. Pretty harsh reset for Envision, but they did manage to keep decent numbers up before. So not all is lost. They still have the GAWP we're going to see for the first time, and a bit of a technical pause here. It's the first game on stage to be expected, I suppose. We have moved into the arena now.
Yeah, for Mouse, it's another day in the office, right? They kind of know what the stage is all about. I guess for Jim Fat, maybe he's less experienced, but he's not showing it.
No, he's a stone cold killer, Anders.
Yeah,
Nothing phases this kid.
yeah, that double kill for him really made a difference here. We'll see once we're through the tech pause if Linvision can make this round where they really need to, right? Otherwise, it's going to spiral out.
Yeah, on their map pick as well. That's why they're starting the T side, if you're not aware. It's a best of 3 here. The CAC Championships 2023, $500,000 prize pool. And the last remaining hope for China in terms of representation is Linvision Gaming here in the quarterfinals up against the mighty Mousesports. Currently ranked number 2 in the world. Didn't have the best showing at Sydney, but bear in mind they didn't have Jimfat with them. This is a chance of redemption to show that they are still a top team within CS2, and so far so good. They're up to 6 rounds here, 3 on the board for Linvision. As we get to the closing stages of this first half, I'd like to see at least one more round for Linvision. Then with the pistol in the second, they'll still have a competitive chance moving forward. These technical pauses normally just a headset issue. It's normally just sorting out the in-ears, make sure the mics work, and hopefully we'll be underway momentarily. Up next as well, we have another quarterfinal for you. Some household names being brought into the server. We've got ENCE versus NIP. This could be an interesting one because ENCE with a stand-in as well. We've got NIP with, I don't even know what you'd call it, this kind of just, they're here. They're here with a team.
And playing better than we expected, to be honest, right? So I guess that is something to think about. But you're right, it is a bit of a weird position for NIP to be in overall, which is just true for half the Counter-Strike scene at the moment, I suppose. So, we just all have to live with it. Yeah, all right. Frozen's got some fans.
Yeah, rightly so. Great player, good guy.
A little bit, one of the people that sort of goes under the radar at times when you end up talking about interesting players in the European scene.
In terms of like top players, like the best riflers we have in the game right now, he's not normally part of that conversation, but he's rising the ranks each and every tournament. We are back underway, ladies and gentlemen. Mouse, Linvision Gaming, 6-3. As the international squad are looking pretty solid here after losing the pistol, only giving up 1 gun round so far. And Linvision have tried a plethora of approaches here. We've had the defaults, we've had the contact plays. We haven't had many set-piece executions. And G, once again, taking matters into his own hands, runs the gauntlet through the flames. And now might actually have an opening chance. Jimfat's going to check this, but it's a nice wide swing That doesn't allow the AWP to find the first pick, and they've taken a lot of damage on roots here. Westmelon, G, Media, all taking so much without dishing out any damage themselves.
I still love it as a risky play. Most player would like to say a calculated risk, really, running through the flames like that. I think it's a sick idea. There are so many maps where you can do that kind of thing on, and all it takes is for one of the CTs to kind of slightly forget about it, which you can easily do. You've got so many different protocols you're going through at the beginning of the round, like you're trying to stack the smoke, right, or you're looking for the monster tunnel. So I love the idea, but didn't really work out the way that he was expecting, missing the shot. And 50 seconds on the clock here, Henry.
What have they got left? Still with 5 smokes, Anders. That's kind of wild. To be sub 1 minute, he still have 5 smokes on the T side. Suggests they're cooking something up here. Maybe a fake towards the A side of the map with these 2 players along, just trying to work out what kind of setup they're up against here. How much vision do the CTs have available to them? And, well, quite a lot towards long, it would seem. Starry gets nothing done. And again, they might just have to limp in towards the B side. They haven't used any of these smokes. They're just going to be walking in. This is nuts.
Very, very risky. Flashes are coming through, and now the smokes are finally going up, but it might be a little bit too late. Kills are coming through, though, on the mouse side of things. Saka and Emilia both going down. Westmelon's too little too late. 10 seconds.
This was not a good round, unfortunately. I always try and find a silver lining, and as you know that. Yeah. But if you walked into a bomb site and you're not deploying any smoke, this is what's going to happen. Like, you need to at least eradicate the risk and take some of the choke points out. Let's say Graffiti, let's say Heaven, let's Molotov the barrels. They just did nothing. They lost a player towards long. Not really sure what the intention was there. And he just swung by himself with the AK and dies to the AWP, and then that's what? That's your fake?
I think it's fine for him to go long. The issue is when they flash that corner and don't find anyone, you have to be aware as the player that's swinging that you've alerted anyone inside of the bomb site that there's something happening, right? So normally the flashes obviously work to, you know, to disrupt your opponents, but it can also work as a beacon for them to know when to peek, and that's exactly what happened, right? The Torshi's in there, saying, oh, there's a flash long, I'm going to take a look.
Just disappointed, I was kind of almost commending them, the fact that they've been so disciplined with the smokes, and then they've already lost the round. It's 5-on-2 before they smoke Heaven. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, let's smoke Heaven before then, shall we? Like, if this is going to be the case, surely let's use the utility while we still have a chance of maybe winning the round. But yeah, that's a pretty underwhelming one from Linvision. Running out of time here. Penultimate round, 7-3, and they are going to limp in with Galils and AKs. More out of desperation more than they've got something they can really bring to the server here. This is starting to spiral. They won the pistol, they're 2-0 start. Straight up wallbang through the smoke from Shui towards the connector. Yep. And yeah, again, it's just, they're doing these foot 1 setups, but the lurking player seems to have little to no impact.
And staying alive is kind of half the battle. If you are going to be playing that 4-1, you really need to be a little bit more passive. But obviously get wallbang down, that's just really rough. I imagine that maybe Suri was jumping to find exactly that.
It was towards short, to beg your pardon. It was through connector, so maybe, he could have jumped out, got the info, then spammed him down. I'm sure the replay will tell all. But here we go again. Back towards A. More of contact plays here. They've got some decent map control at the very least, but in terms of Torji setup, like, these are easy pickings, Anders. This is just, he can't believe his luck. Like, there's no real pressure being applied. Difficult to get excited about the round because they barely do any damage and are just getting picked off 1 by 1.
And it goes back to your early advice, which I feel still holds true, right? This kind of slow approach where you're waiting and you're sort of walking around the corner slowly. You could just tell that Mouse is so locked into this game that you're not getting away with much here. All right, just don't know if he jumped it up, but straight up spam to take him down. What a rough way to go.
Yeah, these are alarm bells now. Linvision. It does assume they've got a real game plan to counter Mouse Sports. It looks like they're playing their own game, which would usually work against lesser opposition, but just look at Torji.
Oh my God, he's having a good time, isn't he?
That is sick. And good flashbang at least. It will recover the rifle, but the damage has been done. Westmelon down to 50 points of health after the spam through the wooden boards and exertion, chomping at the bit to get stuck in even further. I think he's got a guaranteed kill here, Anders, and that will be Westmelon taken care of.
Definitely a message being sent here to Chinese Counter-Strikers, all perhaps, that in terms of where we are right now at CS2, this is definitely something that needs to improve a little bit. A lot of studying to catch up because absolutely Mouse are looking deadly here. It's a 9-3 first half, Henry. in favor of Mouse, and they just look rock solid right now.
Yeah, difficult to get excited about that first half, Anders. Not going to lie to you, not going to sugarcoat it. They win the pistol, and that's pretty much all they do. The other round they pick up is when Zaka just walked through monsters by himself, found the opening kill. It wasn't down to strategic prowess or a great fake or an execution that really rocked their world. It was just a nice kill, and look at this torch he's just like, he's playing like matchmaking right now. He's just running around with the AWP, enjoying himself, and yeah, there doesn't seem to be much resistance offered up from Lin Vision here. That is a disastrous first half after winning the pistol, and they'll switch over to the CT side here, and let's hope they can show us why they picked the map, because that was worrying.
Yeah, cause for concern. Definitely, you could see they were trying to figure out kind of different, like they were trying different things, but anything that involved a more slow approach and you know, that sort of like finding the info, stretching across the map and all those things, they just get picked off before they even get close to it, and that's not going to work out. So
that's why I would have just loved to have seen, Joe, let's just get towards B, set up our execution, and let's just get through it. Let's just see if we can find a couple of trades. Let's try and get the bomb down and all the chaos, and see if we can clutch around out. I don't think the bomb was planted the entire half, dude. Just
you might have been right.
I think that's accurate. I don't think they planted once the entire half. That is normally a telltale sign that this is not a matchup that will be going in their favor. But still, if they win the pistol and they can park the bus on the CT side, you never know.
They do say 9-3 is the new 11-4.
They do say that. That's a good point. I guess that's
said that a couple of days ago. But
that's one storyline we can hold on to. That's about the most promising thing Lin Vision have got going for them, is maybe some voodoos in the air, and the 9-3 scoreline can help them out.
Yeah. We are retreating to Counter-Strike astrology.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much where we're at. So, in terms of the overall setup here, utility, not necessarily... Oh, there it is. One smoke and a flash for Shui, actually. And Glocks otherwise, as they start to dissect the map here, Anders. Zertion on the P250.
Really pushing it along there, but... You know, when you're this far ahead, you're gonna feel like, you know, let me just try and take this shot. Oh my God!
See ya.
Yeah, good night to Westmelon. That is gonna be, that's a spicy shot right there.
Yeah, juicy shot. Takes a bite out of Westmelon.
That's exactly right.
All
30
right,
seconds though.
So, in we go. This is like what you want to see. The smoke down spawn, the flash can going over. You found the frag. Bomb should be planted, no problem. You're going to assume there's probably some remaining CT presence here. One towards long, that's going to be Starry. Bear in mind, they didn't necessarily confirm it was clear, but now they're going to know exactly what's up. So this comes down to these frags. Shui's in a prime position, but can't quite connect the dots. And now all of a sudden it's looking possible, but not for long. Young Jimmy arrives at the scene of the crime, mows them down with the quad kill there. Nothing but headshots on that Glock. Beautiful round from Mouse as they go double digits, 10-3. Lin Vision, I think they have no choice but to force by Anders. Usually I would say on a map like Overpass, you're taking the full eco here, but I don't think you can allow it to go 11-3 before you bring your guns out. Like maybe they will full eco. I would say you need a bit of a miracle here. Probably just go for the Deagles and present something kind of chaotic. So they've taken the full eco. So this is 11-3 already.
But all his kills look so stress-free. It's just it's like Counter-Strike ASMR watching him play. It's just like he's never really overworked. He's just taken like the smallest angle possible, getting all the headshots. Doesn't look like he's very stressed at all. Sort of relaxing in a way. In spite of the fact that he's got 16-5, so he's a lot of the fights at the moment. A little bit of a fight coming out, and there's too many USPs fighting Exertion. Nice shot at the back as I think Suhe wanted to try and see if he could equalize, but they're going to get a bomb planted down here, so I don't think there's much Lin Vision can do. But I mean, in terms of the round, it's pretty good. You get a MAC-10, you get an AK, you get to try and do a little bit more in the next round. Don't think you could do anything to retake it again. They don't have the defuse kit, so it's just going to be way too long. Don't mind throwing over the USPs, maybe the MAC-10 if you really wanted to, but just don't give up the AK if you can avoid it. Oh, Chimvat showing up. He's just going to keep going. He's 19-5, Henry. It can't be stopped.
He is having the time of his life out there on the big stage right now as they go 11-3 as predicted. It's still quite impressive. He got 3 kills in the full eco there, but in this scoreline, it doesn't really mean too much. It will help them get a slightly stronger buy. Each kill was worth $300, I suppose. They took the full eco there, so they will have rifles. They could bring out a G Glass Cannon, I think they probably will. They need their hero
why not?
to shine up. Yeah, I think you might as well just purchase it. He's got just enough to bring out the AWP, nothing else, which he'll go for. And yeah, so nice work. Good offensive flank here. But ultimately, a pretty convincing round in the end. There was no danger of losing it, although they kept them relatively modest. I guess we can say that. If it was a closer scoreline here, I would say that's significant. But this right now, it doesn't feel like it's going to have much effect. But time will tell. They can win this first gun round. We'll see whether they can start to build their way into the first map of the quarterfinal. Is that orb?
Oh, look at Frozen. Just charging on through. Don't even know if there was a friendly flashbang to set him up. He just went for it. A little bit risky if there is a peak on the or a boost on the other side, but he's going to be fine. And he's taking a bit of map control for the start of the round here. I feel like Glass Cannon on this map is a little safer than it is on some other maps.
It's fine. Certainly viable. And like I said, they probably need it right now. G has been one of their, if not the best player for them this tournament.
Yeah, certainly seems like it. Saka with a bit of a jump, and I'm sure that's been called in by Frozen. Still need to find out where the rest are. Yeah, he is gone.
Unfortunately, that's a wallbang as well, so the armor does become a bit of an issue. That's the most commonly overlooked position in all of Counter-Strike.
It must be, right?
It's wild. I mean, only second to not to the cubby on Inferno, but there we go. 3-on-3 certainly does favor the T side, and we are going to see a bit of a reaction here as they push towards Monster. Actually, timing looks pretty promising for Amelia. Might be able to catch out the player, but he's going to be ready and waiting for it. That's Frozen. You have to wake up pretty early in the morning, and we have to catch him out as that's the B bomb side wide open. You can pretty much guarantee if a player's probing like that, he's hunting for information.
Oh God.
Frozen is hunting for victory as Starry is left in a 3 versus 1. This is for map points as well, and it's just such a categorical victory for Mouse here.
Really
difficult to really build up the hype in that sort of scenario because Frozen just absolutely schooling them with the AK-47.
Yeah, I think it sends a message, like the way that he's standing in the last 2 kills, like he doesn't really need to be facing anybody. They can just play around the bomb, but they're so confident, I think, individually on the Mouse side that they can win these fights.
Look at him go. Great awareness, beautiful shots.
My God.
This guy, he's in championship form right now.
Absolutely. 13-3 on Frozen.
Yeah.
At 20-5 as we go into a very sketchy buy. It's a scout, it's 3 MP9s, it's 1 for Mars. Linvision trying to get some more rounds on the board here before Mouse just swiped them out of overpass. Starry, a little bit aggressive, and does a tiny bit of damage. Suhe is nowhere near enough.
Oh, it's the scout as well towards long. Bear in mind, it's map point, ladies and gentlemen. Scout doesn't connect. AK certainly does. Looks like there's maybe a double kill here. Frozen is dropped eventually, not before doing considerable damage. And yeah, I'm going to stand up, Anders. I think we might be done here as we enter the 4 versus 2. Not the best map to kick off the quarterfinals.
Definitely not. But again, I mean, our hopes were that Linvision were going to be playing, you know, different levels to what we saw against Tyloo, and so far, I think individually, and maybe in terms of the decision-making overall, they haven't been able to do that.
Look how far away he is. He couldn't be more far removed from the equation. So ladies and gentlemen, take from this what you will, but it's a fantastic statement performance from Mouse. I'll say that much. Right? They're looking great as a squad. Right? This is a team that could be in contention for the trophy itself. 13-3 comes through after winning the pistol. Linvision went up 2-0 and then just got absolutely walloped in every single follow-up round here. Difficult to really get that hyped if you're Mouse. It just feels like business as usual. Yeah. As they didn't really have to break a sweat. They didn't get the bomb down once in the first half. We didn't have to see it defused. There wasn't a single clutch. And that is really testament to they are outmatched, outgunned in pretty much every facet of the game right now. That was their map pick as well. That's where you kick off your big debut on the stage. Does not feel good, does not bode well. And I just feel like if you're Mouse Sports though, yeah, you feel like you've probably locked in that 2-0 because it's their map pick up next. And the way they're hitting right now, the coordination they have, it all just looks too good.
Yeah, that was a very, very quick game, but I mean, we tried to outline our hopes and dreams for it. It didn't really come true. We do have the desk ready to break it all down if there is anything to break down.
Let's do it.
Okay, Anders, let's go. No?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was pretty much non-starter. Let's be honest here. Not a whole lot to show and break down, but Jacob, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I don't even know where to begin. I think we outlined it pretty well coming into the game that we had one of the best European teams going up against the best Chinese team, and there would be a skill disparity on the server. However, a little bit disappointed that it was this big. Again, it was Linvision's own map pick, so you'd expect they were prepared well. You'd expect they had an idea of how to approach the game, but it didn't really seem so. GymFed finishing on, what, 20 kills, 21 kills and 5 deaths.
That's right.
Frozen doing the same, only dying 3 times in the game. It was never competitive play. It was never a game of Counter-Strike, and unfortunately, this is the difference right now between the top European teams and the top Chinese teams.
Well, it was a game of Counter-Strike, that's for sure. This T side, though, right? Excuse me. Especially when it's your map pick coming in and you win the pistol and you win the pistol and you win the second round, and after that, it's like you win one more rifle round. It just felt like they didn't really have too many ideas. They're trying to go for a very default approach initially, doing the classic, just pushing back mouse and then eventually executing with 20-second stuff on the clock. And they're just getting absolutely destroyed by the crossfires. And when they tried for these kind of like early executes, it was so easily telegraphed. Like, Mouse knew exactly what was happening. The one round they won was Zacher getting 2 kills on the lurk entry from Monster. That's the only round. And after that, they were not quite able to do anything else. Zacher once again coming out on top. I think 10 kills, 14 deaths doesn't sound great. 83 ADR. The guy continues to deliver. It wasn't his fault, but everyone else, even individually, just went missing.
And it's kind of what I highlighted coming into the game, right? Overpass is a very tactical inspired map, and especially in terms of how you use your utility. If you don't have the protocols for it, you can't really force away or flush out any CT players anywhere in the map. And I think that was one of the Linvision problems, whereas Mouse, they were dominating in that sense. It was easy for them.
I mean, just look at that, right? 21 kills for young Jimmy. Everyone else chipping in as well, everyone above double digits. And for the side of Linvision, Zacher, 83 ADR, commendable effort overall. The one round, the couple of rounds they won, I feel, was because of him. But like everyone below 60, in fact 3 of them below 50 ADR, it was just miserable for the side of Linvision.
Yeah, so I mean, we have to look at this, I'd say objectively, but the truth is the first map doesn't give us a whole lot of hope going into the second one.
Not at all. To be completely honest, I'll be straight with you. Mouse is a fantastic Inferno team as well. They win an awful lot of their games on set map. However, as I said, there's a historical context when it comes to Asian teams and playing Inferno. They have a pretty good grasp of how they want to do it.
Yeah.
The style they play somehow seems to disturb the European style as well, because we have seen down in the history that Tyloo have had success with it. We've seen other Asian teams having success beating European teams on Inferno. So I'm not ready to say there's no chance for a competitive game, but I agree with Anderson and Henry saying that so far in this game, there's nothing that suggests that it won't be a 2-0. It's just a matter of how quickly it will go
even the Asian teams who are pretty decent on Inferno are the other guys. It's the Tyloo lineup right now, and of course Mongols and Atox and Mongolian teams. This team in particular, I don't think they've even played a single CS2 official yet, at least on HLTV on Inferno. For the side of Mouse, Trace, 16-2, 16-2, 16-2s, they've been winning easy.
But it tells me that Linvision is starting on the CT side of Inferno. Surely
I don't think
it goes
it's gonna matter.
a little bit better, Jacob.
Yeah, normally you'd
Let's
argue
go.
that that's an advantage, right? I think in this case, I would probably rather start on the T side. You want to control the pace. Mouse can do whatever the hell they want on that T side. They dictate the game. They dictate the pace. They dictate whether or not they're going to play fast, slow, or somewhere in between. And I think as long as Mouse are in control of this game, Linvision have no business doing it.
What I would like to see from Linvision is on the CT side, just play a little bit more aggressively, right? Take control early on. Listen, you have nothing to lose right now. Just go all in.
Yeah, which is exactly what we're going to do, but only after this break. That's right, we need to go to a break. We need to come back. We need to see if Linvision has something in the tank for their CT side on Inferno, or if it just ends here for them. Either way, there's only one proper way to do this. So, okay, let's go.
Welcome back, Counter-Strike fans. You are watching CAC 2023. Join us for day one of the playoffs here. My name is Henry G, joined by, of course, Professor Anders Bloom. And we have the second map between Linvision Gaming and Mouse Sports up next. Be the pick of Mouse Sports here after an absolute drubbing on the first of Overpass, Anders. It doesn't look good, but thing is, they had nothing to lose before. I guess even more so now after that performance.
Yeah.
Might as well just show up and see what they can do here. I'm hoping they can at least get 5-6 rounds, something like that.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they could take the time that they've had in between map 1 and 2 to sort of go back and say, what are the few things that actually did work? And it was pretty much what you said. I think in the first 4 rounds, really, do set pieces, like just try and follow through on something. It's better if you trade, even if you trade unfavorably, if you get into the bomb site and get a bomb plant, even if it's a 2-on-3, like at least you had a bit of a chance here instead of just getting picked apart. So hopefully that's something that they can analyze before the next map, or it could be very hard to change your approach, but
Yeah, you know me, Anders. I'm Mr. Positive, always trying to find that silver lining, but it's just difficult to find one so far. It's in every facet of the game, from a strategic point of view, from the hard-hitting players. Nothing really turned up for Linvision whatsoever. Like Zaka, he had his moments. Like he had that one round that he picked up on the T side. He's the only player to get the double digits as well. But the thing is, everyone on Mouse Sports seemed to turn up. They didn't have a weak link in the kind of setup whatsoever. Linvision stood on high hopes. Bear in mind, it's their first big showing on a stage like this, and they've got a lot to prove and a lot to work on after what we saw in Overpass. There's a distinct lack of understanding of how to get that map control, entering bomb sites with 5 smokes on the utility belt. That one was bizarre to me. Like, I haven't seen that in all of my years, having all that utility. And we were commending them, saying, oh, this is great. They've held on to everything for this big crescendo, this big collapse towards the bomb site, and it was just straight up contact play after contact play, and their 4-1 lurks left a lot to be desired as well.
I mean, and also something that I think we saw towards the end of it was how a lot of the Mouse Sports players were feeling so good about the situation that they just started to take a lot of individual fights, being a lot less maybe careful than they needed to be. But the thing is, when you're getting away with it, it also it kind of propels the game into another level for the whole team, right? Everyone is just feeling so relaxed about it. Frozen started walking across the map, just headshotting people.
Yeah, Torji as well.
Yeah, they were just having such a good time, right? Very hard to play against a team that is feeling that good. They're just all in the zone. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm shocked by. I was hoping that we'd see again more of the individual firepower, that kind of stuff. That's what I was praying for, but I don't think we've seen it yet.
That's what the Asian teams over the years were known for, right? When Tyler would come to a DreamHack Masters or something like that back in the day, like you'd always think they're gonna take a map of someone. They're gonna cause an upset in the group stages. That's always gonna happen. We just don't really have that team like Linvision. I guess the best representation we have right now. They seem to take down Tyloo more often than not when they match up. They played against each other 13 times this year, and it seems like they win the lion's share of those games. But it seems like they're not really ready for this level of play. Bear in mind, playing on the stage as well, it will have some nerves affecting them, but they said they were ready to go. They weren't intimidated by the fact they were on this home turf, and they've got the home crowd on their side. If anything, it's just going to raise morale. It should get them in the zone, right? It should get them fired up, that everyone's cheering for you to win. But the thing is, well, it's not like Mouse seem to be hated in the arena either. I feel like Counter-Strike is just loved in general over in China.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably that's good news, Hopefully, again, this could be inspiring to a bunch of the fans out there in China watching, thinking, you know what, actually, this looks pretty sick, and I kind of want to play like one of these players on the Mouse Sports side. I want to try and see if I can match that level. We know that it's existed in the past, so I'm sure it can happen again. But yeah, for the minute, it seems like, none of the Chinese teams so far that we've seen have really stepped up to that level where you say, wow, this is the kind of firepower that it needs. And also, to be fair, the European scene just has improved a lot since as well. Individually, people are just really strong.
It's great to see Mouse Sports as an organization as well, finding the way back into top-level Counter-Strike. If you look back to like 2019 when we had like Karrigan, Woxic, Frozen, they were winning championships. They were like a really decent team. We haven't seen it for some time, and now it seems it's rebuild and using the younger talent, promoting players from the academy team itself, the likes of Torji, Xertion, of course, as well. And everyone just looks like they're so honed in. They're ready to actually maybe lift the trophy of this tournament. Bear in mind, over at Sydney as well, didn't get to see the full show. They didn't have Jimmy over there. They were definitely in the conversation to win that tournament, but without the full lineup, it left a lot to be desired. So I think that would be an amazing grand final if we could potentially see the likes of Mouse being able to take down FaZe. But either way, we do have another quarterfinal up against this one. It's going to be NIP versus ENCE.
Yes.
Now, that's going to be an interesting game in the sense where it's not really clear as to who will be the massive favorites, because ENCE have a stand-in as well. But I don't know, NIP, like you mentioned, they've actually been relatively impressive.
Yeah, better than anyone was expecting.
to quintuple overtime.
Yeah, and if you know, honestly, could have won that game, obviously, when you're playing that much. And at the end of it, too, maybe a little bit of stress-free for NIP, too. They kind of know the project's going to be changing. Like, everyone's going to be playing the best that they can to show what they can do, you know?
Sure. So that's going to be an amazing game. Hopefully this one starts to warm up, because if you are just joining us, the first map wasn't amazing. It was overpass. It was the pick of Linvision, and they won the pistol. We said they needed that good start. So everything was going in their favor.
Yeah. If you went to get like a coffee at the start of that game, you might have come back and said, "Oh, it's over." Like, I don't...
and then they just didn't plant the bomb. That it seemed like, from a tactical point of view, it is kind of begged belief as to why have you picked this map? Like, why have you chosen this like really technical Counter-Strike map to actually approach a team like Mouse Sports on? Because they couldn't find the map control. They couldn't find space for executions. They'd have to fall back on those contact plays time and time again. It wasn't quite good enough, I'm afraid. And let's just hope it's them getting warmed up on the stage. Maybe they were nervous. Maybe they were a little bit intimidated. And with MR12 as well, you have a couple of bad rounds. It's very difficult to recover, right?
It spirals out of control. It really does. I think the Desk mentioned this at the beginning too, but it is unfortunate, obviously, the Linvision get to face exactly a team like Mouse or FaZe. It probably would have been more interesting if they could have faced, you know, either NIP or maybe Astralis, something like that. Just another team that's maybe going to be, you know, not quite as hard hitting. I do think some of these, you know, younger players on the Mouse side of things, they're just so deadly accurate.
Bear in mind, the winner of this game as well goes on to play Astralis in the semi-finals. So like that Mouse FaZe final still could happen. That's still on the cards here. Astralis, what have you made of them so far? Do you feel like they could actually be a dangerous opponent here, considering they won their first 2 games and got a berth into the semis?
Yeah, I don't think they should really be underestimated. Like, I you know, obviously another one of those projects that's, you know, we know something's happening.
Well, yeah, they've kind of addressed it themselves. So I like that fact. Like, in Devices, like, kind of not just pretending it's not happening. He said, like, whatever happens, I think we've got a good team here. He feels like Stare and Buzz are amazing players, and they're going to continue doing what they can. But he also did mention their Yabby and Stown. That would be an amazing addition as well. Like, he can only do what's available on the server to him at the time, and I guess it is focusing on what's in front of them directly right now.
For me, like, the core of having BlameF and Device together is really deadly. Like, it's really sick to see them, especially not on all maps, but on a lot of the maps they actually are playing next to each other anyway on the server, especially on the CT side. And it's so hard to play against. Like, they are just phenomenal players.
And I'm a massive BlameF fan. I feel like if he gets in the zone, like he seems like he's in career best form right now. He seems like he's really enjoying this project. It's the best looking Astralis we've seen in maybe 3 years, which is kind of sad to say. Really, it's been a revolving door of different players and young talent that hasn't really been harnessed. But either way, that's neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. Your quarterfinal continues between Linvision Gaming and Mouse Sports here. It's the pick of the international squad. They'll be on the T side here. Inferno himself, a couple of flashes and a smoke. They like to bring out a P250 every now and then, but it looks like we've got Glocks across the board here. Zaka, I guess he was the best player for Linvision in that first map. He just spots towards second middle, trying to get a bit of information. But slowly but surely, we're starting to make our way towards top of middle and apartments here. So very common strategy would just be smoking towards Moto, flashing over, going for those apartments, and just trying to swarm the bomb site here. It's a very passive setup from the CTs. You can see they've absolutely given up middle and enabling those crossfires. And the first player has been spotted. That's going to be Zaka in the apartments.
And the danger with playing this passively is, obviously you don't know what's happening, but also you can be vulnerable to some of these flashes that might be coming in. So we'll see if any one of them are going to land. Smoke is down towards Little Pit, and Starry, that's a good stoppage. Straight in Jimmy's face takes the dualies to him. G going to be picking up Sue as well. Starting to look a lot better here. Zaka, one of the few people that were really hitting some shots on overpass, coming back into it, and it's just Torshu and Frozen left. 2 versus 4. Now, the round is not over yet, but Linvision have a good read on what's coming here. Just play it safe. Yeah, don't face too much. It's not worth it. Good play. They were really passive at the end. Emilia gets the last one there. And it's actually a team ace, Henry. Every single member, they're picking up a kill each.
Yeah, the pistols haven't been a problem. That's another opening going in favor of Linvision there. Pretty comprehensive, to be honest with you. It wasn't the Moto smokes. They smoked in front of the pit. As you can see, just like that, they were trying to make their way out of the apartments. A flashbang, though, didn't quite catch Starry. A nice hold towards the arch side, and then solid finish here from the Julies now P2000. Amelia denies the plant as well, more importantly. So it should be the full eco here in round number 2 for Mouse, and indeed it is. They'll be buying up rifles in the third as we see round number 2 get underway. So here we go. Should we appreciate this? Do you have any songs? Got anything for us? Let's just enjoy this. You'd recognize the tune?
I want to say it's Christmas related, but Maybe it's his own composition, Henry.
Let's have it. Now he's got someone to work with. Here we go.
And the dancing. They're
is
performing
beautiful.
for the audience.
This is what Counter-Strike's all about. Bringing people together.
Performance art. Wow. It's got more people on the dance floor now.
Oh, it's a nice respite from all the killing.
Yes. Linvision confused. Chicken's confused as well. Westmelon in a good position here. The spray down is going to be in effect, and they've only lost one player, but that's fine. Not really an issue here for the CT side. Second player going down. A little bit more expensive, but you can still recover it. No problem. Torchy on his own, and he will get shut down. So, got the bells out of the way, Henry.
Yeah, nice and early.
Did you know any songs on... Can you...
On the bells? No,
Yeah.
I don't know any songs on the bells. I've seen them on Reddit and such, but I haven't
It's not where you're putting your time into.
No, I have limited time to play, and I'm not spending it ringing the bells, but maybe I should. As here comes the first gun round, ladies and gents. Mouse, slow start, but it's their map pick. They are the absolute heavy favorites on this map as well. 2-0 is looking likely, but Linvision, once again, the good start is what they were looking for. We'll see if they can maybe go a little bit further this time, trying to get the 3-0 kickoff. But rifles across the board, no AWP available on the CT side. They did lose a couple of players in the previous round. That's quite a cool idea. So they blow the smoke open from the T steps. We're going to see more of those alley-oop plays we've been calling
Yes.
them. And I think that's the way to do it. Like, you're popping the smoke yourself. I don't think it has as much value because you're not going to be necessarily ready or in position. But if you have a set piece like that and you can kind of be ready to strike down who's on the other side, catch them off guard, I think that's very, very important. We have seen a lot of quad boosts this tournament. Careful, Zaka. He offers himself up there, does some damage towards Zershin, but that's going to be the opening frag. Now, bear in mind, Starry's position is strong, but you're very vulnerable to flashes. A lot of people will jiggle peek this and notice you're there, and we'll see if that jiggle comes through because he's not tucked in. He's in the open. There's the jiggle, and, well, it's actually Starry with the first kill here. So they brought it back to a 4 versus 4. He has not dropped off, though, and it's still working out for him. There's an M4A4 doing God's work, and they've actually got the man advantage here. 2 versus 1. Torchy, low HP. Should be able to get the bomb down before smoking Moto. But he's just trying to see if he can work out how he brings it into a 1 versus 1. That's beautiful. Really nice play. Now he's got himself that aforementioned 1 versus 1. Oh, the smoke will be blown open. And he's been spotted as well. This could be massive. What a play from Torji. That is huge. Just a thinking man's round, that one, Anders. Instead of just rushing the plant, he dissects the map piece by piece, works out where they're rotating from, catches them off guard, and with 27 HP, that is a real nice play, and Torji steals the round away.
And also, I think playing a little bit on some of the inexperience here on the Linvision side, because when the bomb isn't planted and you're a 2-on-1 like that, there probably should have been a call coming out on the CT side saying, hold on, the bomb isn't, like, he's had 10 seconds,
right.
He hasn't planted the bomb yet. Just take a deep breath. Don't just run through the middle.
I think it's just the fact he just played it so well. He knows the fact he put down the Moto. Smokey just suggests, I'm using this to get a quick plant down. It's just really smart. And unfortunately, this is where things start to unravel for Linvision. That was the best chance they had ever to get a nice, strong start here. 2-0 is great, but winning that first gun round, they had a 2-on-1 advantage. And Torji on low HP absolutely schools them. And for now, it is going to be the eco, so not much to report, I'm afraid. Mouse should have some open runway just to run away with this one. They found the opening kill in the form of Zaka. It's Media who will be under a lot of pressure here. I don't know what he's hoping is going to happen with the P250 at the back. No, Kevlar shows a bit of presence here, but the B bomb side is wide open as Frozen confirms with the Mac 10 that oranges are clear. And at this stage, it's a bit of an ace stack for Linvision. So this round's already over, I'm afraid.
Yeah, not much that I think Emilia could have done at any point, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Going to be a tied game at 2-2, with the rest of them just kind of hanging around on the other side of the map. I don't really blame them. Not much they could do if they start to show up anyway. But yeah, that last round was beautiful. The grenade into the smoke is just, that was the...
pitch perfect.
That's what you wanted to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, like, it did damage. It uncovered the CT, and he also had the protection of the bomb site box as well. And on low HP, the only target available was his head. So he couldn't have been in a better spot. He couldn't have approached it in a better way. And really impressive clutch there from Torji. And the hunt is on. You can see that the bomb's planted, sure, but sending these MAC-10s is absolutely fine because, sure, you've got nothing really to gain for taking these players down. But if it's the MAC-10 picking them up, that's $600 per kill. Certainly worth it. And Westmelon does well to get one, but the AK will be recovered. And it's not really a problem, to be honest with you.
If Mouse were watching the game that they played, that LinVision played against Tyloo, they would have seen that stack happen quite a bit on that quad side, right? That's something that really worked out well. So, so I wonder if that's something that they're going to be thinking about too. Just, you know, maybe they spend a little bit of time looking over that game, because that should be something I think Mouse will be hopefully aware of. Because you mentioned like a lot of different ways to clear it out. And they kind of did a little bit, but, you know, you can throw way more efficient grenades. Here's a little bit of a mid-push coming out. Starry, he goes down, and Sue is good for the double. That's absolutely worth it.
Oh, it was a nice idea. The CT's trying to play on the front foot here, present some aggression. But unfortunately, met by the bullets of Shui. A double kill with the Galil. 4-on-2 here. Still a chance with Zaka in an interesting position. He's only got 11 bullets in the magazine, though. Money to just peel back and reload. And they've got both CT members here on the A side of the map. Well, yeah, I guess you don't really have much info to work with. Hoping to steal a kill away. It's another 4-on-1. 3-2 locked in.
Westmelon, very, very tight position to be playing at the moment. Does get the kill on Exertion, but actually they're going to respect it a little bit and make sure that they really win the round here. Jimfat still in the middle, looking to see if he can win that fight, and he almost does. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that the round is over. The Westmelon's best chance now is to save the AK-47, and that's not going to happen. Jimfat will take him down. And the AK himself, 3 players survive, and that was a weak buy to say the very least, Anders. It has to be an eco once again going to that next round. So
yeah,
it feels like the exact same start of Overpass. They win the pistol, they get the 2-0, and then slowly but surely, Mouse just take every single round.
But crucial difference, we did have bells.
We did have the bells.
And the dancing.
Yeah, bit of dancing. Just to raise morale. Seemed to have worked out for them. As mentioned, it is the full eco. LinVision don't really have much to bring to the table. Maybe a couple of upgraded pistols at the top end. The Desert Eagle there with Starry as they go through the motions here. There's a player towards the sandbag. That's going to be Westmelon, but taking a lot of damage en route. Down he goes. A preemptive shot from Frozen. Once again, using that MAC-10 to great effect. Farming seems to be so rich. It's going to be ridiculous how much money he has after this round.
He really wants more.
Yeah.
He's still hunting.
He's going to get another like $3,500 on top of what he has now. So yeah, he is in the 10K club.
Maybe that will be a feature of the, you know, in the future. People will take musical timeouts, Henry, on this particular map. Like you said,
so.
Raise the morale. Like one of those dreadful office exercises where you have to do, like, you know, walking meetings or stand-up meetings.
Walking meetings?
People do these things.
Oh, really? I haven't worked in an office in about 10 years, so that must be a new age thing.
There's a lot of the stuff going around at the moment, yeah. I'm sure the people who have experienced it will know what I'm talking about. Haven't yet had anyone actually ringing bells during a meeting, but, you know, people do what they can to try and spice it up. They shouldn't. Should just abolish meetings, to be honest. Most of them waste of time, so...
It's a hot take.
I don't even think it is. I guarantee you, for anyone that's, you know, working in an office environment, I guarantee that's...
I disagree. I think the idea of working from home is actually not very good. I feel like people are people, and they're going to overstep the mark. They're going to take liberties. They're going to take more time for themselves. I feel like a 4-day working week with meetings and stuff and being able to generate ideas in person, I think is valuable.
I don't mind being in the office. I just don't want to be called into a bunch of meetings where nothing happens. I feel like that's...
Well, yeah, just have high-quality meetings, I guess. Like...
Yeah, but I feel like that's not possible. That's my experience anyway. I don't have a lot of experience, obviously, but I'm just saying it triggers me whenever I spend an hour and nothing happens. We're at a 4-2 scoreline, Henry.
Yeah, we do, and the guns coming back out for LinVision. At least they're fully equipped this time. They do have the Orb 4G. He doesn't have a helmet. Shouldn't be a problem as the MAC-10's been removed now. But this is going to be indicative as to where this one's going. Like, sure, it's a rough start, but yeah, they might be able to bounce back here. They keep playing this sandbags position. It's going to be baited in, but you can see once again Molotov out, and now scrambling back towards the bomb site. Frozen's got full control. Flashbang's going to come through, and oh, nice shot there. G will actually find the open up.
Yeah, that could be very hard to do. It's very easy to get baited into taking an early shot, but good kill for G. They need so much more of that. They need a couple of rounds that start like this. 4 on 5. You haven't given anything much up. Now, they are rotating pretty hard towards the A side of the map. Does look like it actually could be a B split, so maybe this rotation to A is not going to be that bad. If they can shut one arm of it down and still keep B alive, maybe it's going to be working out. Oh my god, Exertion with the headshots coming through. 2 strong kills. Jimfat's making his way around the corner, and this is very bad news. G alone, chicken in front, but that's not going to make much of a difference here. They're trying to see if they can jiggle out the shot once again. He's tight on that one. Walks into Torshi. I don't know if G could have done anything more. That's a hard round for him to try and stay alive in.
Oh, there is a fly in the ointment, though. Zach has done well to find this sort of progress up towards Banana. Now, Torsi did just check it out, but he seems to be a high alert that a player could be here on the other side. This next frag might decide everything, and it will be Torsi to pick it up. So, yeah, I was getting ready to get a little bit of hype there, but unfortunately, after finding the opening kill, it's Exertion that absolutely body bags him towards the arch side. And we've got Starry, who have no choice but to save, I'm afraid. 5-2 has been locked in. Could be a very quick series here, Anders, as once again, they've won the pistol and then lost 5 in a row.
Yeah. It is repeating itself a little bit. There's no question about it.
Exactly what happened on Overpass. Like,
yeah,
literal exact same outcome. And, well, there we have it. It's going to be Mouse with another very comprehensive round.
There are no fish in the fountain here, are there?
No, they're not.
Why did that happen? Why did they remove the fish?
I don't know. I guess it didn't really bring much to the proceedings. Like, they were just there. It's a new map, new lick of paint. I think this is a nice version of Inferno. The only thing is, like, it feels quite pokey because of the. I'm not sure whether it's because the buildings are taller. It feels like all of the choke points are narrower.
Yeah.
In general, but still one of my favorite like kind of remakes of the map. You can see, yeah, no koi carp, nothing at all, just water. And,
I feel like that's a shame. Maybe I'm taking it too hard, but you know. You were never really alone on the bomb site, were you, when the fish were there, Henry? That's what I'm saying.
It's a good point. Wow.
And now you have feet. You could actually put, like, you know, fish spa is like a real thing. You have a little fish that sort of like nibble at your feet. Can't do that now.
At your feet.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll get back into the action here. Anders is enjoying himself, and we are going to see that Mac 10 for Frozen. Bear in mind, this is a brutal time to bring it out once again. It's another eco. They're reading the economy very well. There's a saved rifle at the very least, but unarmored opposition in front of them. There is a chance of Westmoreland, I suppose. Oh, that's
good shot.
Oh, here, yeah.
Oh my god!
You can see that this was a little bit silly from Mouse. Like, they're walking through 2 smokes and just hoping no one's there on the other side. Like, maybe it's fine, but that wasn't required by any stretch of the imagination. But here we go. They've given up an AWP and a Mac 10.
That was such a stylish kill coming up from Westmoreland. That second shot right through the smoke, that looked really cool. All right. That makes me a little bit more excited now. See if they can actually finish what they started here. 5 versus 3, but they still have a bit of a disadvantage. Starry steps up, and they're walking right into it. You could see Amelia's thinking about it too, but you don't want to be giving up too much right now. 40 seconds. Still a 3-on-3. There is a bit of an element of surprise. They don't know about G. They're not sure where he is at the moment, but he is right up there in the A apartments. So he's going to be picking up a gun there, and down to 30 seconds. Still could be that apartments play. Unfortunately, they're going to lose Amelia on the one side. And now the question is, can he find the right timing here? 20 seconds. He does get the headshot. That's the bomb on the ground. And a 2 versus 2, and now maybe a little bit of panic on the Mouse side.
Maybe.
Or maybe not. My god, they just wait for it. 10 seconds. They're not even worried about the clock running down.
So Westmoreland's recovered the orb. I think he just throws it away because he knows he's probably not going to win this round, and he doesn't want to give it back to them, which is like such a gutting feeling to have. It's just like, I guess you might as well even just save it at this point. Like, why are you going for this?
Yeah.
You're not going to win. Just go save the orb, I would say. But giving it a go, you've got no kip, no chance. You're now giving yourself up, and yeah, I think saving the orb was probably the best bet here.
Yeah, especially because Mouse can probably, they can rebuy it. Wow, okay. Blocking the doorway.
Yeah, I would think that would have been the better port of call. They can still buy one into this round, but G's still got $7,100, but there was almost zero chance of him winning that round. It got a little bit problematic for Mouse. It was a 5 versus 3, but well handled. Jimmy getting control of top middle. Like I said, it wasn't really required that they went through those smokes, and you can see what they're up to there, but no one anticipating the position. It's Westmelon with the secondary frag, but G managing to get an impressive headshot with a P250. But the headline reads 6-2. The money is absolutely fine on the T side as well. Jimfat has $14,000. Oh God, Exertion is having a field day out there. It's going to be a media from the cubby. Brings one back and he's calling for the cavalry to arrive. It doesn't quite roll. It does reach him. Oh, he's going to take a lot of damage. That's beautiful. Jimfat's out as well, and before I can even start breaking the round down and speculating as what we can be seeing, Anders, it's already over.
Yeah. Unfortunate when you find yourself in that little cubby and you're getting Molotov and you don't have a smoke or anything. Had to just try and run
for it. It's like the perfect molly as well, because it's just shallow enough that it reaches the corner, but you've got so much ground to cover to get out of there. So you're taking, what, like 70 damage at least.
Yeah, in a perfect world, probably what you end up doing is you just sit in it and try and get a kill. Like, you just swing into it and just try and kill someone. You're not going to try and actually run away. Well, G's got the AWP. Still seems like he's one of the few people that can rely upon to get some of those kills when they need it. But it has to be.
They need it a lot now.
Yeah, and it has to be at the start of the round, right? It can't be once everyone else is. There has to be G finding a shot early on, make it a 4 and 5. Like, it has to be something like that. 7 on the side of Mouse, and the AWP getting hunted down. All right, putting in a little bit of pressure with the smoke there. And they're coming for him. All 3 of them. Every missed shot, it gets a bit worse. It's a good no-scope, but still don't think he's going to be able to save this one. Another no-scope! And now Frozen trying to chase him through the smoke. And actually, we'll maybe have to just let him go. Okay, then.
We'll take it. They need everything they can get at this stage to post a few rounds. He does very well, fighting for his life. Holds control of the AWP, and like you said, let's see if he can have some impact at the start of these rounds, because so far, like, Mouse Sports are just having their wicked way with them. Running up top and middle, Exertion just absolutely destroying them with the AK-47. But they saved the orb, but still, even with maximum loss bonus, yeah, they need a tactical timeout here. I think you might as well buy into this, Anders. Like, there's no... You've got to throw the rule book out at this point and just start saying, right, we've got an orb, we're desperate for a round. Gee, he's got the hot hand, he's hitting some shots right now. Let's just see if he can set us up. I think they should go all in. Like, this one's already got out of control. You need a miracle round, and he's hitting these sort of shots. Who knows what he can do going forward. So yeah, I would say fully invest them, which they will.
Yeah, it's a little bit what we requested on Overpass as well, is to try and just see if you can't just take it straight to Mouse. And
yeah, so you're going to be sacrificing helmets, kits, utility, but you've still got the Silence M4s, that saved orb. G will be able to purchase some grenades here as we get into the last few rounds. Round number 10 again, they just win the pistol, and that is it. If they don't win these pistol rounds, they're going to get whitewashed. As we see that pop of the smoke once again. It's a really nice little setup they've got there, just to give you the jump on a potential AWPers on the other side. There will be one there. It's G this time. Bear in mind, they've gone for the 4-man setup towards A. And they've gone for the quad again, Anders. Like you said, like, they've attempted it a few times. It has worked, more often than not, to be fair to them.
Let's see if it can this time again. Emilio on the one side. A little bit of a peek coming up there, but Saka might be a second too late. Starry, he's going to get a good couple of kills here. 2 versus 3. He's got the right idea, and he almost had the headshot there, but Jimfat will take him down, and the FAMAS caught in the corner here. Now. A lot of trouble, yeah. Oh, there comes the nade. I was going to say, they're going to leave him alone, but they're not. Frozen, just let him sort of, let him linger on the edge, anticipating what was going to happen next. That's almost worse, isn't it, than just getting straight up naded, the fact that it took 2 seconds.
So I think he's got to save the AWP again. Like, sure, maybe you can win, but you've got no kit. You've got to find 2 players, and you've got no control whatsoever. They know you're a banana. And yeah, you'll just have to go back, pick up the AWP, and save again, I'm afraid. Exertion is absolutely destroying the Manders. Every single time he pushes towards top and middle. His teammate went down, sure, the quad boost worked once again, but then he was more than ready to take down the player towards the arch side as well. 3 players there in total. Frozen with a grenade to close things out there, and we are getting to the dying stages of this first half. just a pistol under their belts. There hasn't really been around where you thought, oh, this is going to come down to whether they can defuse it. Will this 1v1 go in their favor? There's been none of that. And they've had some big advantages as well. They've had a couple of 5-on-3s, but yeah, it's that same setup once again. It's a cool one, but you can see Mouse have all the protocols and awareness to deal with this. Even after Torchy missed the shot, there was no chance of Westmelon trying to look away from the grenade, but there's nothing he can do. You can't run, you can't hide. As we get into round number 11, the penultimate round of this first half. This is Mouse's pick. If you're just joining us, it's the second map of our quarterfinal. G's gone down with nothing. As it's another opening frag, this time Frozen trying to make sure they can't access the AWP. You can see they're throwing everything they've got. Yeah. To make sure it's incredibly difficult to recover. If Utility in response, they should be able to find that orb now, honestly. It's up to Amelia to see if he can grab it. Confirming there's no one behind half wall. And yeah, there's the AWP. At least he's got that going for him.
Oh, it's dangerous. If Frozen would have kept peeking, I wonder if he would have had it there. See what Amelia could do with it. He's certainly got the right idea, but the flashbang will push him a little bit further back. Still, 4 versus 5. Looks like the rest of Mouse are looking to try and take control here towards the arch side of middle. Linvision pushed very, very far back onto the map, so a little bit tricky. They're all actually almost hiding inside of the smoke here. This could be interesting. 50 seconds on the clock. We'll see Westman on the one side, Saka on the other side. See if they could get the timing down right to walk through. There's a good little peek, and Saka coming into it. Needy with the spray, but Jimfat takes him down. And it's 2 versus 3. Yeah. Now just Amelia here. And they've done a real great call here as well. They're going for the B split. So Amelia might be able to get one, but Jimfat's just patrolling the extremities, and Alyssa, we've got a jump scare moment as Frozen's here, and we'll be taking down Amelia. So nice shot in towards Spore, but now they know here comes the final player, Starry. And unfortunately now, he's smoked out. Such a brutal smoke, you just have to save. Like, there's literally nothing you can do. You walk through that, you're dead. If you try and wait it out, there's no time to defuse. Yeah. So yeah, you just have to save your own form, I'm afraid. 9-3. 9-3. Sorry, 9-2. Yeah, well, at the end of the half. That's what it was on Overpass. They could actually be outdoing themselves here at this point in time. Mouse, they might be doing even better than that. Counter-Strike Source, what a game. A lot of memories there, Anders. Made me the man I am today. Yeah, where would we have been without Henry? I remember this. I was one of these fanatical people at the start of Go that was very much like a 1.6 sell it. I was like, oh, the Sam sources, you know. I regret that now because I realized since, you know, how many incredible players came out of Source. Yeah, so I wish I would have paid more attention. I would have known about Freiburg, Flaren coming into it. Sure. Like Apex, a lot of Kenny S, like a lot of really incredible players. So I wish I was less childish back then. But, I think, yeah, it was a different better late than never, I guess. Yeah, like it definitely wasn't a better game. It objectively was maybe worse, depending on which variables you're looking at. But in terms of, like, sure, like, 1.6 train, the 1.6 train had already left, you know. Like, if you were an aspiring Counter-Strike pro, it made more sense to get towards Source and actually win competitions and actually make a name for yourself. Also, like, as a non-pro, I could have just watched both, right? Like, yeah, sure, there was no real reason. I didn't have to join a cult to you know, like, to be part of the 1.6 stuff. But, yeah. We all get a little bit wiser, I suppose. This round is actually a 4 versus 3. Some good kills coming in on this one. Double kill for Saka again. Every once in a while, he has a moment where he steps it up. Now, they need to make this round work. Get to the 9-3 scoreline. Try and win the pistol in the second half. That's sort of the very foundational stuff here that has to work out for Linvision for this to be an interesting conversation. Just... good position here for him, potentially. Could be hard to escape, but we'll see if he's going to be good for the shot. Oh, he does miss it, and that makes it a little bit awkward. He's got Amelia behind him inside of the bomb site, but the timing is so good on that peak, and it's worth it. 2 versus 3. Wide swing coming out here. The flashbang is just such a setup exertion. Couldn't see anything. Just Torchy left here. 1 versus 3, and this should not be a winnable round, and it won't be. 9-3 at the end. Linvision just getting a single round towards the end of it. The crowd are loving it. They needed that. They got another 2-0 start and only 1 round posted. That's literally the same scoreline of Overpass. Like, same scripts. I have a Source player to highlight for you, Henry. That I obviously never really saw play in Source, but I saw him right at the start of Go.
Go on.
Danish player called Once.
Yeah, I know you're going to say
My
him.
God.
Yeah, he was one of the most feared CS players in the entire game.
I saw him play for one LAN, and I remember that LAN thinking this guy is twice as good as Device. Like,
I
so
played
crazy.
against him at like 10 different LANs. He always destroyed us. He was just such a natural talent. Just one of those guys, like kind of like simple S, like an enigma, like someone who didn't try too hard, would just turn up and just absolutely destroy someone. He's a rifler. And he did. I remember when I first started commentating online, he was part of some online tournaments. He was in that mix. He didn't seem to take to the game as well as he did Source, and just kind of faded away. Never really gave it a good go.
Yeah.
But in terms of natural talent, yeah, he was probably like up down the conversation as the absolute best of Source. And yeah, we never really saw it realized. And that's a shame because there was no money in Source. There was nothing to really accomplish. You were just playing for the fun, really.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic at the local events and some of our bigger ones. But yeah, we never really got to see him shine in CSGO, which is a bit of a tragedy.
Would have wanted to see him play like a couple of years ago. I want to see what would have happened. But obviously that's, all in the past now. Here we are, Henry. Second half is coming up, and Mouse are so close to getting to that the semi-final. They're going to be playing against Astralis, I believe.
Yes, Astralis waiting in the wings, playing the winner, presumably will be Mouse at this stage. As Exertion flashed off towards Banana. Bear in mind, the Pistols have actually been pretty decent.
Yes.
They continue to be so for Vision here. They've won the majority of them in this series. That's pretty much all they've won. But they've got a 5-on-4 to kick things off. It's going to be Starry facing off against this USP. And again, another clean headshot here. You see they've got the aim. It's whether they can close out and convert this round. They should be fine. Flashbang. And it's out the Frozen, who needs multiple kills here. Not going to happen. And we have it. Both pistols in the bag for Vision Gaming.
Said win the last round of the half, win the pistol here. If they can keep this up, they can carve out a little bit more map for themselves. They have had no momentum at any point during this quarterfinal, so we don't even know what it would look like if Vision start to feel slightly comfortable in the game. Just have no idea if that's going to unlock something more for them, because it hasn't been a possibility yet. Starry's got 11 kills, Westmelon's got 10 kills, so some of them are starting to wake up a little bit more. There's something happening now on the Vision side, which you have to hope that's going to be continuing. They can't really drop the ball at any point here. Has to be a long stretch of rounds coming through. It's a save, obviously, coming in from Mouse. No real surprise. Emilia, it's fine. Why not go and hunt there with the MAC-10? Find out. If you run into the stack, you probably die, but who really cares? You get the bomb plant on the other side of the map, and you're going to win the round anyway. Actually, they're checking it out, so they certainly have the right idea at the moment. But yeah, it's once again one of the scenarios where the road back into this game is so long for Vision that, you have to stack sort of, what if this happened, what if this happened, what if they, like 5 or 10 different things on top of each other. Oh, nicely done for Emilia. That's what you love to see. 3 kills with the MAC-10.
Yeah, just what they needed. They'll get that 2-0 star once again, and yeah, if they end up losing this map, which is still looking likely, like the fact they've won both pistols and the follow-up conversions, like you should be with a decent chance at least make it competitive. They can't just leave this series winning, 6 rounds by virtue of pistols and nothing else. There has to be a bit more. Surely a few more twists and turns. We want to see something impressive, something to talk about here as the final kill comes through. And it's the clean sweep. But bear in mind the rifles come out next, and they could afford a glass cannon up. I don't think they'll go for it. On the CT side, it's not really required. They've looked so solid with the rifles, and this is where things could start to turn once again for Vision. Wait, did he remove the silencer on his M4 there?
It's not impossible.
I just saw him take it off. I'll be interested to see if he continues with that, but
why? But you can if you want to. Yeah, this is the test right now for Vision to figure out if this early little boost of momentum is going to be just a flash in the pan, or if it's actually going to amount into something more interesting here on Inferno. 9-5 the scoreline. Mouse with the first buy round here in the second half, and trading smokes in the middle. Looks like a good idea. Emilia takes a bit of damage, but there's the flash to set it up, and Toshi's gone down. Sue, nice couple of kills. He's still got 4 bullets left. He can't even reload the gun there. And Jimfat actually, for once, missing a couple of shots. This is looking promising.
Absolutely is. I think they've done enough. These are the sort of rounds you'd like to see from Vision. Just like we said, Make a call out of spawn, have an objective, go in as a 5-man unit and start utilizing some of the great aim we know you've got. That's much better, and I think you might even consider saving your mouse. This doesn't look good whatsoever. As they get completely swarmed. Great little pincer towards the bottom side there. This round is not possible to win anymore, and indeed, Azeroth will be dropped as well. So there we have it. Frozen, last man to survive. It's going to be 9-6. All of a sudden, it's looking like they can make a game of this.
Looks like Frozen just wants to get some of the exits here as... Well, Saka was low on health. Now he's dead. Westmelon also very low, so he's going to be exiting all the way out to B. And they find G at the end, so... Making it as expensive as he possibly could there, Frozen, which is, I guess, still worth something.
Oh, absolutely.
Vision up to 6, you know, this is a lot more encouraging.
It's encouraging, yeah. They needed a few of the variables going in their favor. Like we said, the pistols and those follow-up conversions. They've won the first gun round. So it's about as good as it gets. It's the first time Mouse have felt any pressure in this quarterfinal so far. We said Vision might have just needed some time to warm up and shake off the nerves of being on the big stage in the arena. And that might be the case. This is looking like their most impressive form yet. It's going to be the first time I think of the series for Mouse. Money's not great. They've got a Frozen M4. You can like partially buy around it. With $2,000, you like kind of P250 Kevlar maybe. Difficult to justify the deagles. You need to save around $2,000.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Jimmy with a double kill wasn't quite enough. Like we said, the pincer a little bit too powerful. Jimmy couldn't hold them off. And there we have it. Vision making a game of this one. We just said we wanted to be competitive after the first showing on their map pick. We just like it just for them to turn up and cause a bit of damage here. So as mentioned, maybe just a partial buy. A couple of players opting for pistols, Kevlar. Got some utility. This will all be about Frozen, whether he can actually shut them down single-handedly.
Yeah, which, again, individually, he's been playing at a really high level throughout the tournament, so don't want to count him out. Exertion setting up for the pop flash, so we'll see if the timing is going to be right. Really what it's all about here. There comes the flash. It's good, but Westmelon, that's what you want. One of them at least playing behind the half wall there, ready to swing. So they're going to get the M4 away. And you know somebody inside through the flashbang, so you've no doubt that there's at least one more player here.
Certainly true. Can't recover the M4. Looks like this round is locked in. Bomb to be planted. And I guess the best they can hope for now is a few exits, maybe recover the M4 towards Banana, but it looks like that's being patrolled as well. Nice little move here from Exertion. They don't seem to be aware of the possibility of it, but he hasn't got the Kevlar or the firepower to really capitalize upon his position. Jumped up on Coffins there, so now just looking for exit. So will they be able to take an AK into the next round? That's about the best Mouse can hope for now. But 9-7. As we see some deagle shots rattling off, just trying to contain them. There is a player towards bottom of middle, that's Jim Fats. He's got a deagle as well, and we'll be looking to see if he can find them at the bottom of Banana. So a chance, good dink, might take G down in terms of the blast, but Jimmy, you know he's good for one. Bomb goes off, and 3 will survive. G goes down to 4 points of health.
Yeah, close, but you know what? They're within 2 rounds, 7-9. They're making it work, and also capitalizing on the fact that Mouse have really run out of money in a couple of these rounds. They're going to be able to buy in this one, but if Mouse lose this upcoming round, it gets a bit interesting. It actually is a chance for Vision to start to have more of an impact. Emilia at 13, Star at 13, and Westmelon at 13. So, yeah, huge swing back in their favor here. But they can't drop the ball. Every single round is going to make a difference right now. If they want any chance of... I don't think we can have the conversation about them winning Inferno yet, but if they want to get close to starting that conversation, then
yeah, the thing is, like,
it
doesn't tell the whole story, right, this scoreline. Like we said, they've won both pistols. They barely got a gun round in the first half. To think they can get this one over the line, I don't think we're there yet. They've made some good calls, just kind of throwing caution to the wind and running through smokes and managing to find double kills. And, well, they've managed to trade out equally here towards Banana as Zershin goes down. Still 4-4, technically does favor the T side. Well, there's double stack towards the apartments. Jim Fat. And, of course, the Orb of Torji holding full control here. They're going to rotate one player over. That's Shui, who will be joining them. Amelia is going to get a lot more than he bargained for here. Big spray, and I think he goes down. No, Jimfat actually comes out on top after the re-peak. And a minute remaining, so Mouse will take the man advantage back. What's left, though, in terms of utility? Just a couple of smokes and some flashes here, but we'll see if it's going to be enough. Need to find a pick before they commit towards a bomb site here. And time is of the essence, Anders. 40 seconds. And bombs in towards the apartment. So they go smoke towards Moto. and just make their way out. I guess there's 2 players there, and it's going to be... I don't imagine a world where Jimpat doesn't get 1 kill here. It'll have to be a hell of a flash, maybe using the chimney flash or something like that, but they're smoked off for now. Zaka might just have to go for this.
He's thinking about it. They're down to 19 seconds. There comes the flash you were talking about, but it doesn't even matter. He just ran into the smoke, managed to find the shot. That's unfortunate. The flashbang was actually great, but still, unfortunately, couldn't really do it. And like we said, they have to keep up the pressure. They can't let Mouse into the game early. Going to be 10-7 now, and at least I think there is going to be money on the Lin Vision side.
Yeah, they'll take a tactical timeout. Like, why not? They've got a young team on the stage here. First big showing in this sort of arena. And you've lost the first gun round here. Money's okay, but you can see there the strat book coming out, working out what the next maneuver is going to be. So 3rd tactical timeout, 3rd of 4 in this rule set. And Mouse on track to find that 2-0. Looking quite comfortable today, even though after giving up both pistols in this map, they have a 10-7 lead. Money should be fine. On the T side, this is the first kill. Xerxon did a lot of damage, but only could find 1. There's this double setup towards the apartments where things started to unravel. You can see Jimpat using the bayonet approach there, running into the smoke and making sure he took 1 down. And see, up against round number 18, ladies and gentlemen. This might decide the outcome, Anders. If they don't win this one, they're 11-7 down, and they'll have no money left over.
Yeah, really a crucial point in the game, especially for Lin Vision. Torchy thinking about it, but decides he doesn't want to swing that deep into middle. Dangerous to do later on because they can be in second mid, so just going to play it a little bit more safely. Grenade hardly does anything. A little bit too early on, perhaps. A pretty default setup. I think they're going to be rotating into a 4-1 now because they do have Frozen aggressively playing that banana position.
They're going to push that smoke, but looks thinking there's a flash through. They've got a smoke down towards Arch, so they need some mid-control. Fortunately, didn't account for the quad side. I did need to Molotov that off first before you make your way through, but to throw that Molotov, the smoke can't be in place. And now Shui taken down.
Yeah. Didn't realize how many people were going to be there. Kind of shot at both of them. He did a lot of damage, but didn't get any of the kills. Interesting. Look at Frozen. He's rotated all the way outside of B. He kind of got shot at a couple of times there, so he realized someone was at bottom of banana. 35 seconds. Molotov to set it up, and they're actually burning Jimpat quite a bit alive here. Now down to 30 seconds. He's still going to be able to get the kill. Might be more coming in for him here as they're low on health in front, and they line up just as the flash was coming in. What an unfortunate turn of events here. Now it's just Starry, 1 versus 3, and a bomb plant looking very unlikely all of a sudden.
Oh, I was going to say, like, Jimpat, the only defense there. Last line of defense, and with 10 seconds remaining, all he has to do is survive at this point. The bomb is out of his reach. The round's over. It is going to be 11-7, and that's unfortunate. It's a big spray down from the young Finn as he manages to secure the round. He even took a load of damage himself. He kind of put himself into a handicap position by taking 60 damage.
Yeah.
Hope he could find that first frag, but makes light work of them in the end. And like we said, that's the nightmare scenario now. You just don't have the loss bonus accumulated on the T side. You save an AK-47, sure, but do you want to buy into this one? Like it's like kind of pick your poison. There's no correct answer here. There's an argument to be made that, yeah, you just don't have the rounds to work with. You have to steal one away. You've got a saved AK. Let's use it. Let's see if we can actually start to steal these rounds away. But let's have a look into the next round here. And they didn't invest, Anders. They actually went for the more conservative approach, and there's Amelia getting dropped first, hunting for series points here, looking to book themselves a place in the semi-finals, where they'll go on to play Astralis. The Glock, what takes Jimpat down. Like, you can see, like, they know they're in such a prime position. They are maybe overstepping the mark in some of these key scenarios just like this. There's no real reason to take all of these fights, but this is got the man advantage here. MP9 retreats towards the bomb site here. They're just hoping one player will be here. And that is going to be the case. They'll segregate him with the smoke. If he just gets 1 kill, though, it's job done.
Look at the flank coming in, though. Sui's already basically boxed them in on the other side. So, tough position no matter what. But, yeah, for Lin Vision, it's only one way forward. Try and see if you can get this next kill on your side and maybe get the bomb planted. They are actually going to be running back. And Sui, he's okay. Still waiting down there. Saka goes down. Nice attempt to sneak through, but it's Too little, too late. Torch will find a third kill on the round and put them at 12-7.
Yeah, spotted sneaking through spawn there. You could see Torchy just one step ahead of them. And it's going to be series points with 5 opportunities to close things out to 0. Linvision, a better showing on Inferno for sure, but still they'll be gutted with it. Like the point still stands as they won both pistols. 2-0 start in both parts, 3-0 in the second. Unfortunately, a pretty similar result. The gun rounds have left a lot to be desired. We never really got to see some execution potential from them. We never saw any fakes or some basic control on this T side. It's all just been like, all right, let's just group up and try and use our aim. And that's absolutely fine, but it doesn't seem like they have the tactical depth to go toe-to-toe with a team like Mouse Sports here.
No, I think that's fair to say. Unfortunately, have one more crack at it here, but they will lose too. Jimfat back in action again. I think he had over 20 kills on the first map, and he's up to 20 on that one. Nearly getting the quad. It's a 2 versus 4 down the middle, and it's going to be quick on that one. They get the kills instantly, 13-7, and it will be Mouse leading off into the semi-final of face-off against Astralis.
I would say what a game. I wish I could find some really compelling storylines here. Like Linvision, the last Chinese representation here on home soil, wasn't their best showing though in the quarterfinals. I really would like to have seen a bit more. It was better on Inferno, but there was never a moment you thought, wow, they could actually do this. We asked for a competitive game, I suppose. We did get that. There was a moment where Mouse was sweating a little bit when they were 3-0 down, and we had to see like the Jimfat 3-man spray down from the pits, but that kind of just punctuates what we saw here. Just outclassed in pretty much every facet of the game. Sure, we know Linvision can hit hard, but so can Mouse. They've got some of the world's best aimers within their squad.
Truly.
You think about Frozen especially. Exertion's really coming into his own with some world-class form this tournament, Anders. Like, what a resurgence he's had. Shui as well, kind of the puppet master of the squad, a great fragging in-game leader at the very same time, and it just looked like they were having fun towards the end of it, like over-peaking, making sure they take those duels, sometimes to their detriment, but overall, a very comprehensive victory there for Mouse, and they will be going towards the semi-finals there against Astralis, but we've got the real game of the day coming up next, though. That's going to be ENCE versus NIP. But first, Anders, we need to break down what we just saw, and I know the man for the job is Vinny Trace and the boys.
Vinny Trace. I like that one. That's not bad.
And
this is my entourage, so that would make sense. Thank you very much, Henry and Anders. For us, yeah, I think this one is kind of where we left it, right? Like, we had the first map, similar scenes, similar storylines, similar, like, sentiments even.
You'd argue that, yeah. I guess Linvision put up a bit of a better fight here on Inferno. Again, never got to a point where you felt worried on behalf of Mouse Sports. They were still in control. Linvision won both pistols. They converted both pistols, still lost convincingly. So we spoke about it coming into the blur. You know, the win condition for Linvision was winning pistols, converting, and despite doing that, they never came close anyway. So I think the disparity of the two teams was rightfully shown over the course of these two maps.
Yeah, and you can see like how confident Mouse were in the final few rounds where they're just going for deals, right, going for fights. The first half, though, from Mouse, like, you know, it's very clinical stuff coming out. And again, you know, I don't want to bring it down or dumb it down to just the individuals, but just, you know, Jimmy was popping off. And even Exertion towards brackets, he was getting like double kill entries all by his lonesome seemingly every single time. And for the side of Linvision, the CT side defense playing a little too passively, not really getting any map control. And if you're going to give Mouse all the freedom to roam around the map and do what you want, you're going to be just caught out in rotation. And that seemed to happen every single time.
And you know what? I agree with you. And it's a bit of a shame because they actually started out the game playing aggressive on that CT side. Round 3, we saw a double stack in middle, a boost on middle, and Torsi ends up in a 1v3 that he so beautifully wins. Had he not won that, had Linvision converted on that, they would be up 3-0, possibly 4-0, you know, with the money control, and they did that by playing aggressive and upfront on the CT side. But from the 1v3 from Torsi, they didn't dare to do that again because they felt like that was the reason they lost, whereas it was the clutch itself and not the setup.
And also round number 12, so they won the pistol, they converted a second round in the first half, right? The third round they won on their CT side, the final round of the first half is when they played aggressively. They smoked down towards the bottom mid using the phase smoke, as we like to call it nowadays, pushing on mid, getting a couple of kills, and winning that round reasonably comfortably speaking. If they tried it a little bit earlier, like you said, considering they got 7 rounds to the end, at least double digits, I feel, would have been a reality. But that being said, man, Mouse, everyone seems to be in just stellar form right now. Jimmy especially towards that pit position from balcony. I think it was like, what, a 3v2 at one point, or rather a 4v3 on that A-bomb side, and he just single-handedly wins the round. There you have it, 20 kills for him, ably supported by every single one of his entourage.
Yeah, 20 kills in this map, But what about 41 and 17 over the series? Torzy not far behind him at 31 and 19. So really and truly just outclassed. I don't know that we could put entirely too much behind the idea that, you know, Linvision came in here today and like there was a real chance, there was a real shot. They were fighting an uphill battle, and in this regard, it was uphill both ways.
Yeah, for sure. We highlighted coming into the game. Mouse is one of the best teams in the world as of right now. They barely lose to anyone apart from FaZe Clan. So no, there was never really a chance for Linvision to win the game, but I think the sentiment from all of us was that if we could have a competitive map at the very least, or a couple of competitive games, then that would be a learning experience for Linvision. Unfortunately, I'm standing with a feeling that they didn't learn much because the game never got to a point where there were any learning to be had, and that's a bit of a miss.
Yeah, but we're not going to miss this. Let's hear from Jimmy.
Hello, guys. Hello.
Now, Yunfat, this was a solid performance that we expected from you guys, but you individually, this is your first big arena to play in, your first international event. What did it feel like for you?
It's amazing, like all the fans, it's so amazing to play here, and also I was just full confident, so it went really well.
也是问他第一次在这种国际赛事，而且是这么大的一个场馆打比赛，感觉如何？他说感觉非常非常的棒，非常夸张，然后他也是充满了自信。
Now, talking about the game itself, we do expect this to be one that you guys come away with and win, but what do you do mentality-wise? What did you guys tell yourself when you go up against a team like Linvision, who certainly at least had the crowd on their side?
Yeah, I mean, we just knew that we are like better team, obviously, but they still can like upset you if you are not awake, so we were still like preparing well and doing like the basic stuff as we always do. But yeah, in the end we just played better as a team, I think, and we won because of that.
来到这场比赛，他们也是属于比较热门的一边嘛。那当下的话，他们心态上面是怎么准备？毕竟 LVG 是在主场作战，然后 InFact 这里也是说到，就是他知道他们是一个很强的队伍，可是呢 ，LVG 这边的确也是很有机会可以打败他们的，所以他们在心态上面不能松懈。
Now, next game, your semi-final matchup, you're going to be taking on Astralis. Now, in terms of rankings, we're still learning about how everyone's feeling, but you guys should potentially come in as favourites. Do you feel like Astralis is a team that you guys can take down?
Yeah, I think so, but I think also that it will be a really hard game because I think last time we lost against them in Cologne, maybe. I'm not sure if it's the last time we played, but I just remember that they play also really well, so it will be a hard game. But we have to do our best to get to the final, so we will do everything as we can.
I love it.
他们在接下来下一场比赛也会面对了 A 队，那不知道他们面对这场比赛是怎么看的？他说上一次他们交手的时候好像是在科隆，不是很确定，也是输给了对方。不过这次他们也会做好所有的准备。
And you've been getting a lot of love from the Chinese fans out here as well. Is there anything you want to say to the guys now? You've got them in front of you in the arena.
I love every one of you guys. Like, it's so amazing to be here in China. I love all the support. It's amazing. I love everyone.
有什么想对观众说的？他非常爱所有的观众，谢谢大家的支持。
That bit definitely didn't need translated, but now it's time for you, Yumi, to go and sign over this camera over there. They'll give you a pen and you'll be able to get that done. Shanghai, make some noise for Yimfat and Mouse!
好了，那我们这场比赛也结束了，我们要稍微休息一下，等待下一场的精彩较量。我们一会儿再见。
Yeah, Jimmy looking back all the way to Cologne. We're talking about a 2-0 in the lower bracket going the way of Astralis. Either way, they're setting themselves up now to play them on a new game under new confines. And what should be two different feeling teams at this moment in time.
100%. Mouse is way better off now than they were in Cologne, and Astralis is way worse off than they were in Cologne. That was Astralis' honeymoon period, whereas Mouse was slowly integrating Gimfat into the team. Now we reverse the roles. Mouse, in my book, are heavy favorites going up against Astralis, despite Astralis looking somewhat decent in the group stage.
I have to agree with you on that. Again, I don't think Astralis really got tested playing against an Answer who were, playing with a standard situation as well. That being said, credit where it's due. They have played decently so far. And Jimmy as well, Yimfat, coming to this tournament, like we kind of forget he wasn't there in Sydney where FaZe took them down in the semifinals, if memory serves me right. So the fact that he's able to perform at this level in front of a crowd, that's a scary sign if you're going to be going up against Mouse later on.
Yeah, and for Mouse, this is, you wanted to get your game in the playoff. You want to get out here in front of it and try to take ownership of it, and I think they did just that.
For sure. Again, a clinical performance. Left no room for doubt whatsoever. It never got close, never got uncomfortable, never in a situation where you were daring for mouse. So a solid performance.
Yeah, solid performance, which sets us up for a solid break. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, because when we come back, we will be looking at what is going to be Ince versus Nip. That's going to be our second quarterfinal, and you are watching the CAC. That's the CS Asian Championships. BRB.